Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Deep True Crime. I'm Manny Rodriguez. In today's episode, we are covering the story of the billionaire Heiress who went for a jog, was kidnapped after being stalked for 24 minutes while she was jogging. My friends, it's stories like this that leads to this channel. You see, in this crazy world, we don't ever know when we're going to come across something so heinous. And that's the whole purpose of this channel, is to keep you aware of what could go wrong, to hopefully keep you a little more prepared and safer and alert. Who would have thought? Mom of two, she's going on her jog. She does this every morning. She has school. She's a teacher in Memphis, Tennessee. So she has to be at school at what, 7 a.m. in the morning? So that seems like about the right time to go for your run, be a mom, get back, help the kids get ready for school, be there for them. I think that makes so much sense why she would do this. And for someone to cowardly do this, you know there's a bad thing to him. Right now, law enforcement say he's accused of this, but what we find out is he did this before. He just got out of prison after doing 20 years for a kidnapping. That's heinous. Let's go ahead and dive into the story, why don't we? On Friday, September 2nd, 2022, at approximately 7 a.m. in the morning, Memphis police officers responded to a missing person in the 1500 block of Carr Avenue. Richard Fletcher, the husband of Eliza Fletcher, he said that his wife, who went for her regular run around 4 a.m. that morning, had not returned home. Mr. Fletcher says she was last seen wearing a pink shirt, purple shorts, and running shoes. At approximately 6:45 a.m., Miles Fortus was riding his bike along Central Avenue near Zach H. Curling Street, and he found the victim's cell phone as well as a pair of Champion slides sandals laying in the street in the same area. Miles, he turned these items over to a family member of the victim who, in turn, turned them over to investigators. After that time, investigators located video surveillance near 3876 Central Avenue that showed a black GMC Terrain passing and then waiting for the victim to run by. Then a male exits the black GMC Terrain, ran aggressively toward the victim, and then forced Eliza Fletcher into the passenger side of the vehicle. During this abduction, there appeared to be a struggle. The Champion slides sandals were found in this area, also shows a sign of struggle. The vehicle then sits in the parking lot with the victim inside for approximately 4 minutes before it drove off. The vehicle had noticeable damage to the back passenger tail light area. Additionally, approximately 24 minutes before the abduction, surveillance footage captured the same vehicle in the area and captured a partial plate of DX. On that same day, September 2nd, 2022, the Champion slide sandals were sent to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation for DNA testing. Shortly after that, investigators developed a person of interest in the investigation. They now want to speak to Cleotha Abston because his name popped up in the CODIS database thanks to DNA because he was already a felon. And so right away, investigators, they wanted to confirm the whereabouts of Cleotha Abston before, during, and after the abduction. Investigators, they were able to recover surveillance footage of Cleotha Abston wearing the same Champion slide sandals a day before the abduction. This footage was obtained from the 1080 North Germantown Parkway Malco Theater and was collected by Sergeant Dobbins. Cleotha Abston, he was found to reside in the 5700 block of Waterstone Oak Way. And in looking at the location, they noticed that there are active utilities in the name of Gwendolyn Brown. And so researching law enforcement databases revealed that Gwendolyn Brown has a black 2013 GMC Terrain with license plate BDX 7952 that is registered to Gwendolyn. Investigators also located a police report that was dated September 1st, 2022. This report listed the address in the 5700 block of Waterstone Oakway for Cleotha Abston. Sergeant Payne and Sergeant Barrett then interviewed the owner of Majesty's Cleaning Service, Marilyn Pickens, who verified that she employed Cleotha Abston and that he drives the GMC Terrain, and she even gave the sergeants his telephone number. Investigators then obtained his cellular phone records, and the analysis of his records determined that the cellular device was near 3876 Central Avenue during the time Eliza Fletcher was being forced into the black GMC Terrain. The next day, on September 3rd, at approximately 10:45 a.m., the 2013 GMC Terrain was located by members of the U.S. Marshals Service Two Rivers Violent Fugitive Task Force. The vehicle was backed into a parking spot in the parking lot area in the 5700 block of Waterstone Oakway, and was confirmed to be the vehicle by the license plate number and by the noticeable damage to the rear passenger side tail light. This damage was captured in the video of the abduction and the partial plate ID on surveillance footage. Furthermore, members of the U.S. Marshals Service Two Rivers Violent Fugitive Task Force, they observed a male subject matching the physical description of Cleotha Abston standing in a doorway in the 5700 block of Waterstone Oakway. Officers then detained Cleotha at this location while he sat in the GMC Terrain. When officers stopped him, he attempted to flee before crashing with an ATF vehicle. Then he was taken into custody. Investigators interviewed Chantel Anthony, and she stated that after the abduction at approximately 7:50 in the morning, she saw Cleotha at the home of Mario Abston. Mario is Cleotha's brother. This is not the house that Cleotha Abston lives in. And she stated that she saw Cleotha cleaning the interior of the GMC Terrain with floor cleaner and stated that he was behaving oddly. His brother would later confirm that Cleotha was acting a little strange. And yes, he too saw Cleotha cleaning the interior of the car with floor cleaner. Both Chantel and Mario saw Cleotha washing his clothes in the sink of the house. He stated that it appeared Cleotha was acting very strange. Cleotha, he has yet to say where the location of the victim is at. They say that as the abduction was violent with, as captured on video, the suspect was waiting for, then rushing toward the victim, then forcing the victim into the vehicle where she was confined and removed and continues to be missing. And neighbors, they describe him as a creep, a pervert, and they even say that he tried to pay women to have sex with him. One neighbor told DailyMail.com that Abston would routinely offer women $100 for SEX and stalked others while hanging around the apartment where his brother lived. And it's interesting that she says that she said he stalked others, as we come to find out that he stalked Liza for 24 minutes before he went after her. He stalked her. So you got two different accounts of people saying he's a stalker. And what's crazy is that his arrest comes 2 years after being released from prison on kidnapping charges. His arrest comes just over 2 years after his release from prison after kidnapping lawyer Kemper Durand in Memphis in May of 2000. On Saturday, September 3rd, Memphis police descended on this low-income apartment complex named Longview Gardens, and they stayed there through the night collecting 3 bags of evidence from an apartment where the suspect's brother Mario lives. Police also hauled off a green dumpster from outside. One neighbor, April, told DailyMail.com that she also saw police take the brother into custody Saturday afternoon, and they were working until dawn searching the complex. They would even return later in the day on Sunday. Mario, the one with the Nike shirt on, he was arrested but not having anything to do with this crime. On Sunday, several police cars were parked outside, and DailyMail.com themselves witnessed investigators taking photographs of a brown stain near a curb and searching debris beneath the dumpster that they had removed. The neighbor, April, she said she'd seen Abston at his brother's apartment nearly every day in recent months. She described him as a pervert who once snuck up behind her and propositioned her for sex. He did the same thing to other women in the complex and at times would sit in his black SUV gawking at women walking by or sitting on stoops. When women were around, he would sit in the truck and stare, April said. She added, he was a weird pervert. He watched me come on the porch, then came up the stairs behind me and said, I will give you $100 to F, as she recalled this creepy encounter with the suspect last winter. And you can see police sniffer dogs from the Shelby County Sheriff's Office. They were there doing all they can to sniff out any trash that would lead to more evidence. There are so many agencies trying to help find the missing mom. Now that they have the suspect, now they would love to find her. In a similar situation, on May 25th, 2000, at around 2 a.m. in the morning, Abston approached Kemper Durand from behind on Beale Street in Memphis, then robbed him and forced him into the trunk of his car. Abston then drove Durand around for several hours, then forced him into an ATM and demanded he draw out cash. While in the ATM, Durand spotted a housing authority officer and yelled for help, causing Abston to run. He was then convicted for that kidnapping and released from prison in July of 2020. Mr. Kemper Durand, he passed away in February 2013 at the age of 73. In a tribute article that was published in the Commercial Appeal, Mr. Kemper Durand's friend was quoted as saying that Durand would regularly joke about this kidnapping ordeal. That friend also said that Durand argued for leniency for Abston and his 12-year-old accomplice. Durand later said that he did not want to wallow in the fear he suffered. Now, Mario, again, he was arrested. He was taken into custody on Saturday after they went to his apartment. Online records show that Mario is facing 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance with intent, possession of a firearm, and being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. And April shared that Mario's wife overdosed last year while in bed with him and that she witnessed the aftermath. April says that Mario's wife died in the same bed and Mario's definitely going through something himself. His wife, Nikita Dixon, died in March of 2021 at the age of 31. Mario paid tribute on their anniversary this past August 14th on Instagram. And he wrote, had a birthday, got married, and gave me a baby on the same day, baby. You the truth. Happy anniversary. Happy heavenly birthday. Long live you, Nikita Abston. Mario, he's an aspiring rapper who goes by the moniker Yola Biza, and a neighbor said that she would be surprised if Mario had any connection to this abduction of Fletcher. Now, Cleotha Abston, he is charged with especially aggravated kidnapping and tampering with evidence following Eliza Fletcher's disappearance. And his brother, again, he's in custody on charges of possession with intent to sell heroin and fentanyl. Police are doing everything they can to search every which way. They searched all around here. They would find the clothes that she was wearing the day of her jogging in a dumpster near McDonald's. When they got that call, law enforcement rushed over there, closed things off, and you can see some of the presence of law enforcement there at the McDonald's. And so we're hoping to find out a lot more in this whole thing as well. And this is the McDonald's that they were called to, where they would find her top and bottoms there. So as of now, they don't know where she's at, but this is not looking good for this young lady. Police were even closing off areas while they were searching parks and a pond in the hunt for the missing elementary teacher. And they were searching Martin Luther King Riverside Park, they're doing everything they can to locate the mother of two. Now, they do have surveillance video, but they have not released that yet. We'll wait to see. I'm sure eventually that will come out. This is still an ongoing case. They have to build as much as they can against him, especially when there's no body or there's no proof that he has her. There is a little proof that he took her, though. I mean, they matched the DNA from his sandals that he left at the crime scene. Unless someone set him up, he was even seen cleaning his GMC. So it's going to be hard for him to say he didn't do it. He doesn't go to court for another day. But I'm going to tell you now, he's going to plead not guilty. I can guarantee you he's going to plead not guilty on this. But I'll definitely keep you updated as we continue to hear more on this crazy story. And please, if you're a person of prayer, please pray that we find her alive and get some closure for the family. My friends, I'm Manny Rodriguez. Until next time, stay safe out there, my friends. If this is the type of content you like to follow, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click on that like and notification bell. I look forward to serving you again. Be careful. Peace.